Good morning, Year 4s. Today's math lesson is to multiply using regrouping. And our steps to success are: I can place the multiplication sum in the correct columns. I can multiply the numbers starting in the ones column. I can use mental methods or known facts, and I can regroup carefully. And the vocabulary is multiply, partition, thousands, hundreds, tens, and ones. So to start with, we'll do our 5-minute starter. So pause the video and try and do those in 5 minutes. Use column addition and subtraction to work these out so you can practice that skill. And just be aware of number 5. Think about what you will do, addition or subtraction, to get that answer. Okay, and these are your answers. And for number 5, you would have had to subtract. Even though it's an addition sum, we had the whole number. So we had to do 9,352 take away 5,872 to get that part. Okay, so our big question today is, a school has 4 house teams. There are 240 children in each house team. How many children are there all together? So they've helped us by drawing a place value grid with the number 245. And then multiplying it by 4, so they've got 4 rows. So they've done it in the correct columns as well. So all I'd like you to do is to try and work out that sum using the regrouping method that we did with 2-digit numbers. And then at the same time, make sure that you fill in the bar model to represent that question and have your answer in an answer sentence. So pause the video now and work through that problem. Okay, well done. So we'll go through it together. So the first thing I would have done is to work out my bar model. So I know that I've got 4 house teams. So I'd split my bar model into 4 houses. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And in each house, we know there are 245 children. So I would have put 245 children in that house, 245 in that house, 245 in that house, and 245 in that house. So from that, I can see that what I need to do is to multiply 245 times by 4. Okay, so then I would set out my columns like they have done. So I would draw my hundreds, tens, and ones, and then 200, and 40, and 5, and then multiplied by 4, and make sure my multiplication sign is on the left. And then I would draw neatly ruled lines underneath. Okay, so the ones column first. So 5 times 4 is 20. So in yesterday's working out, we would have done 20 like this. So today we are going to show it through regrouping it. So 2 underneath, and then the 0 in the ones column. Then 4 times 4, or 4 times 40. It's always important to remember that that is 40. So 4 times 40, we can use our known fact of 4 times 4 equals 16. So 4 times 40 equals 160. So we can't put 160 in the tens column, so we have to put our 100 there and our 60 here. So at this stage, some of you might want to add in the 2 straight away because we're going to add it afterwards anyway. So if in your head mentally you know that this is going to be 160, you could say, okay, well 60 plus 20 or 6 plus 2 is 80 and put the 8 there straight away. You can add that in before and not at the end. But for now, I'm going to leave it at 60 because it is 160. And then 4 times 2, or 4 times 200. So we know that 4 times 2 equals 8. Therefore, 4 times 200 equals 800. So 8 will go under there. And then my, oh, sorry, I apologize. It doesn't go in the thousands column. It goes straight into the 800s. 800, but some of you might have added that one automatically and put a 9. Okay, so because we've got that, we need to add it together. So we've got 0, 8 and 9. So 980 is my final answer. So I can put that in my whole number, 980. And then I need to write an answer sentence as well. So the question was, how many children are there altogether? So I would write, there are 980 children altogether. Okay, so that's what you should have had. So if you've made any mistakes or errors, just pause the video and check through your work. Okay, so now you've got 2 examples to do independently by yourself, and then we will go through them afterwards. So pause the video and have a go at those. Okay, well done. So we'll start with this one. So we've got 7 times 6, which we know is 42. So we're going to put the 4 underneath and the 2 in the ones column. And then we're going to move to the tens column. So 6 times 50. We know that 6 times 5 equals 30. Therefore, 6 times 50 will equal 300. So we put the 3 in the hundreds and the 0. Okay, and then again, if you wanted to just add the 4 to the 0 straight away and put the 4 there, that's also fine. Okay, then we've got 6 times 400. And we can use 6 times 4 to help us. Okay, so 6 times 4 is 24. Therefore, 6 times 400 will be 2,400. So this is where we'll need our thousands column. So 2,000. And then the 400. I mean, some of you might add the 3 automatically at this stage. If not, then underneath you just add it up. So 2, 40, 700 and 2,000. So our final answer is 2,742. Okay, now let's go through this one together. Okay, so we know that 8 times 9 is 72. So we're going to put 70 in the tens and the 2 in the ones. Okay, then we've got 9 times 50 equals. So we know that 9 times 5 equals 45. Therefore, 9 times 50 equals 450. Okay, so we'll put the 400 over here, and then the 50 over here in the tens column. Okay, then we do the same, so 9 times 800. We know from this answer that 9 times 8 is 72. So if 9 times 8 equals 72, then 9 times 800 is going to equal 7,200. So we can put 7 in our thousands column and 200. Okay, then we need to add those together. I'm just going to change my color. So the ones column would be 2. Okay, and then the tens column, so this is where it sometimes is easier to add at the end, is because 7 plus 5, or 770 plus 50, it's 12 or 120. So you'd have to regroup your add in here. So we would put a small 1 in the hundreds, and then a 2 underneath. 7 plus 5, to make it easier, is 12. So we had to regroup that. And then we do the 100, so 200 plus 400 plus 100, or 2 plus 4 plus 1 would be 700. And then the thousands column is 7,000 and there's nothing to add, so it stays a 7. Okay, so that would be my answer for that question. So sometimes you do need to regroup. It doesn't mean you can't add it in straight away, but you just got to bear in mind that sometimes your two numbers will need to be added together as well with regrouping. Okay, so your activities today are bronze. You're still multiplying 2-digit numbers if you're feeling a little bit unsure about 3-digit numbers. And you can either have a go at regrouping it like we did today, or still writing out all the numbers and adding them together at the end. The silver challenge is to practice 3-digit multiplications like we've done in today's lesson, showing me your regrouping at the bottom. And then the gold, you are not going to do any multiplication sums. You're going to do just some challenges, some missing number, because that if you are choosing the gold challenge, it means you're 100% confident with multiplying 3-digit by 1-digit, and you are confident with regrouping method like we're doing today. So the bronze challenge will just be carrying on with 2-digit times 2-digit times 1-digit. So if you'd like to do the bronze, you can pause now. If you're going to do the silver, you can pause the video and do the silver now as well. And also remember, if you're not 100% sure, you just want to do a few, you could always do 4 or 5 of these and then move on to some gold challenges as well. So this is silver challenge, and then the gold challenge is 2 reasoning questions. So some spotting the mistakes. So where has Alex and Dexter gone wrong? You have to answer these questions. Who has the correct answer? And what mistake has been made by one of the children? Then here's a word problem. So Teddy and his mum were having a reading competition. In 1 month, Teddy read 814 pages. His mum read 4 times as many pages as Teddy. How many pages did they read all together? How many fewer pages did Teddy read? So there's lots of different sums in this question, not just one multiplication sum. So read that carefully. And then the gold will also do some filling in the missing number activities as well. And of course, if you're doing bronze or silver, you can do one of these as well if you'd like to challenge yourself. Okay, so at any time, remember, go back to the part of the video where I have done some examples for you if you're getting stuck. So have fun, go back to the challenge that you're going to choose now. And please don't forget to send us your work every day, even if it's just one picture of one of your activities that you are doing. Thanks, Year 4.